You're muted.
Let's have a good time. I said today is Friday. Who knows where everybody is, but we're here and we could get started. And we're live on Facebook. I've got my happy shirt on because we are going on vacation.
Yay!
I think you're muted now. He's saying it's sponsored by Bolay.
Sponsored by Bolay, kale salad with tofu.
Nice.
It's so good.
I had avocado toast. It wasn't quite as good. It was good. Anyway, I see Arlene's coming on. Jacqueline. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Kristen. Yay. On my
Good.
Like that backsplash.
Oh,
It pops.
I'm on mine.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. That would be great.
Kim Shrek, or one of.
Oh. Where's my phone? Okay, so waiting for a couple more people. Wonderful. All right, everybody's hopping on. Good, good. So tomorrow is canceled. No Saturday lunch and learn, okay, this time? We'll be back Monday, and Sandy is gonna host on Monday.
Look at.
Exciting.
It'll be very positive.
Hi, Jana. Hi, Tawana. Hi, Katie. Katie's in our painters.
Oh.
I don't know how that was matched up, but that was like such synergy. Synergy, energy, sizzle. What's happening? Is that Elena or Kelly?
It's Kelly. Hi.
You don't want to show yourself? Yeah. Why wouldn't you want
Eating.
to do that?
Because I'm about to get in the pool.
You could definitely eat alone, but you look super cute. Couple more weeks.
Thank you, Sharon. 3.
3. So you're in
3
the
to go.
37 weeks and up, no problem. It's like a child development place to test babies. And if they're 30
We went
weeks and up, they're like full term.
right. We went to the chiropractor this morning, and now in acai bowl. So
Nice.
feeling good.
Good. Hey guys, turn on your cameras. We want to see you. So Gwen's hiking or biking? Walking.
Walking.
Walking in the desert.
Yeah. And it's going to rain. So yay.
Hey.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's review. We had a great Healthy Starts from Home event Wednesday night. I mean, I think we all pushed like we were in labor, like Kelly's gonna be.
Not me.
Not you? You did push for that event though. I know you
But
got
not like I was in labor.
No,
I don't know what that's all about.
that's true.
Doesn't look too bad.
He just wants to get hit, that's all.
Looking
Doug,
for a
you're
fight.
killing the Doug, you're killing the Insta
So
stories.
what?
I said you're killing the Insta stories.
Really?
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to be better.
Let's see your Insta stories. Are you able to show that?
Maybe. Oh yeah, it'll be in my Facebook. Who knows on this new Facebook thing? Where is that?
Hi, Charlene. Hi, Christine. Hi,
Create a
Kristen. Hi,
story.
Christian. There's like
Hi.
different versions here. Hi. Glad you're here. Okay.
Oh, you can create stories on a desktop. I didn't know that.
So yeah. Remember, somebody taught us that on the Lunch and Learn.
I should have known that.
And Annie Ellie's here. Or Annie. She's a new team member. Welcome, welcome. There she is. The realtor mom. Oh, you're muted. You want me to unmute you?
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Yay. Glad you're here.
Oops,
Bella's
excuse me.
at our house getting some seedlings. All right. Well, welcome everybody. I know we're getting started a little late, just waiting for more of an audience because I wanted to call, first of all, on a new superstar, Joyce Teeters or Tetters.
Teeters.
Teeters.
You
That's
got it.
what I
Teeters.
wanted to say, and that's what I've been saying for like at least 60 days. But when it came to facing you, wasn't sure. So I haven't officially met Joyce. I've only heard about Joyce, and she set the world on fire for the last 60 days, and I know she's not going to stop. So I wanted to call on her because she just made it to, and for new people like Annie, I just want to review that when you have a few orders, like 3 trio orders and a shake order, then you get to the first commission level. Okay, and you get a $50 bonus. If you do it within 10 days, you get a $100 bonus. And then you repeat that. If you have team members under you, they can repeat it and you get points. But anyway, the next scenario is 4,000 points using the 1,000. So it's just 3,000 more, which is about 10 more trios. If you divide trios, which cost $300, pay in full, but they're divided when you pay them. Then you just need 10 more trios or the equivalent. So that's within 60 days and you get a $300 bonus. Now, if you do it in 30 days, you get a $400 bonus. That's a new part of our compensation plan, which is pretty amazing. So anyway, Joyce did that just recently. And I know that she's been talking to people and I just would love for her to share her heart, you know, why she does this, what made sense to her, if you don't mind, Joyce. And we'll just kind of ask you some questions.
Sure.
So what made you decide to share Juice Plus?
It made a huge impact on my life. It's changed my life. I went from not being able to breathe to breathing.
What?
I was on 4 puffs twice a day on oxygen 24/7. See, no oxygen.
Okay, I did not know her story at all. Oh my.
And I also wasn't able to walk very well. Had a walker nearby, and I'm walking approximately 10,000 steps every day. So why wouldn't I share? I'm obligated to share. I used to be an old nurse, and my heart is to help people. And this is an amazing way to do so. So
Incredible.
if they've got skin, I talk to them.
Because anybody could swallow, right?
That's right. Well, and if they can't, I know how to grind it up and put it in a feeding tube.
Okay, I know. Everybody's always asking how to do that. So do you guys
Easy
want to know how to do it? Okay, go ahead and tell us. Well, can't you just open it and put it in the feed?
Nope, you don't even need to open it. Nope.
Oh,
Just put it in the blender along with your complete shake. Hello. And blend it up and put it in a thin it to where it needs to be thinned so it can go into a 50cc syringe and push it in. Easy peasy. Just like any other liquid that they would put in. If it's Ensure or whatever they prescribe, you can do that the same with our complete.
all right, so we have Nurse Joyce on our team. We're glad because we will be coming back to Nurse Joyce when we have somebody who has that issue probably. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. Okay, so backing up, have you only been on Juice Plus for 60 days or for longer?
Just 60.
And all that happened. Oh my God.
Yes, ma'am. It's so bizarre because my doctor told me I needed to start eating more fruits and vegetables. I also have Crohn's disease. So eating more fruits and vegetables is not always a happy thing for my gut.
Right.
But with Juice Plus, I'm eating more fruits and vegetables because of Juice Plus. It's all in the capsules. And I can now eat the things that I wasn't eating. So when I told my doctor that I was thinking about taking and eating Juice Plus, she said, yes, yes. So what do I have to lose? But
Well, they
sickness and
pre-digested because it's pulverized. You know?
yes,
You-
yes. And people have seen me now that I'm walking. They're asking, I didn't know it was you. What are you doing? So it was just 2 of us walking, and now we're up to 6. So
That's amazing. Okay, so you decided you would share, and now you've got people walking with you. So how does that go? And I know that that's how you're getting your customers, right?
I am. That's part of it.
Who wouldn't sign up after talking to Joyce?
Well, because they've seen that all I could do for the last 3.5 years is sit in a chair,
Oh,
and not a regular chair. I had to sit on a cushion, and it was an anti-gravity chair. So people are floored to see that the drastic God thing. It's a God thing.
uh-huh. So how many capsules are you taking?
I take the quad in the
Mhm.
morning and at night, and I have a shake in the morning and I have a shake in the afternoon.
That's
I eat
wonderful.
1 meal a day because that's all I really want or need. I'm no longer doing dairy.
Mhm.
Transition to almond milk and cashew milk and oat milk instead of cow's milk. I do like goat's milk. And it's just made a difference. It's made a huge difference.
Wow. Okay.
I breathe. I can breathe. And I live at 8,200 feet.
Unbelievable. So, who has questions for Joyce? Because I don't want to ask all the questions. You guys don't. I'm going to stay silent.
I have a question, Joyce.
Sure.
Are you doing 1 or 2 in the morning and at night of the quad?
2,
So you're doing 4 of each a day?
correct.
Okay, awesome. I had a similar experience as a nurse being on disability too. I'm taking 3 a day, so I think maybe I'll up it 1 more.
It sure
Right.
has. I cut
Awesome,
back.
congratulations.
Thank you. I cut back to just the 2, and I didn't feel as wonderful. And
Right.
I'm high energy. I've always been high energy. And
Yep.
so I put it back up and said, oh yeah, we got this.
So
That's
you're taking
wonderful.
4 capsules in the morning, not 4 doses.
I'm taking 2 of each of the quad in the morning. And then I also have my shake. And then I have my lunch with my husband. And we eat off the tower. And then in the evening, I have my shake. And I have 2 of each of the quad.
You double.
So she's
Yes.
doubling. Okay, yes.
Right.
All right,
That's
that's
what I wanted
excellent.
to clarify.
Monthly and the
Yeah. And just to share, my mom, who's a type 2 diabetic, she takes triple dose. And she saw great results. She's reduced her diabetes medication down to 0.
Excellent.
And then she decided she was going to save a little money and went down to only double. And then she called me up like a month later and said, listen, I need another order because it ain't the same with only 2. So that's really interesting. A lot of us just take our normal Juice Plus, but it's kind of like, what would happen if we doubled up or tripled up? I mean, because everybody that we hear about that doubles or triples does have a different, more intense experience. Pretty cool.
I always recommend that to my clients. If they've got an issue, I say 2 of each is great for a person who doesn't have a challenge that they're dealing with. But so I recommend a minimum of 4 of each.
Okay, who else wants to comment or ask a question? We can't hear you, Dougie.
I'd like to
I have a
say-
question because we have so many nurses and smart people on here. I should probably know this, but we keep our Juice Plus out on the counter, like in a jar. So there are some days I miss, but I grab a handful and I might like take 12 capsules at once and just cram them down. Is there any disadvantage? Like, I don't know if there's like a half-life on Juice Plus like you would see on a pharmaceutical, or is it literal? I mean, is it better to take like triple every 2 days, or like every day take one serving? Nurses, would you have an opinion on how the body processes it?
I would say that skipping days is not necessarily advantageous. You want to feed your body so that your body can function in the manner that God created it. So I personally found that cutting back was not my best plan. I needed to go back up.
So micronutrients going in are utilized immediately.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And because they're pulverized and the sugar and the water is taken out, your body takes it in better. It doesn't affect my Crohn's. I haven't swollen. I haven't had the cramps. I haven't been laid out because of it. And I have a normal BM. Who in their right mind is going to talk about a BM? When I was an early nurse, I thought, oh, these old people, is that all they ever talk about? But here I am at 65, and I feel better than I did when I was in my 30s and 40s.
Yeah, it's all about the BM, man. If you're not regular, problems happen quickly.
Well, everything was diarrhea.
Headaches.
For me, it was screaming diarrhea always.
Well, Sharon always wants me to share my real story. That's part of my real story. Like, I had, on my way to work, I knew like places I could stop, because sometimes I couldn't make a 30-minute drive to work because I had to poop, you know. But in the Juice Plus world, I mean, I'm like a clock, but there's never an emergency.
Nope, no emergencies for me anymore. I used to be a card carrier. I still carry the card that states I need to use someone's bathroom, even if it's not open to the public.
Wow.
I'm a card carrier.
I didn't know there was a.
Well, I could have used that back in the day.
I'd like to chime in and say.
Go ahead. I think we can't hear you very well. Who's that?
Jana.
Go ahead, Jana. Speak up just a little bit.
Oh, can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. I want to say something about Joyce.
Uh-oh.
It's all good. Let me tell you. Joyce and I communicate regularly 3 or 4 times every single day. And she's so excited. And I wanted to tell everyone that one of the things that makes Joyce so successful is that she's excited, she's doing well, but she doesn't cram it down anybody's throat. And so people notice this, and when they're walking or when they're at the store or at some place, you know, wherever Joyce goes, and Joyce starts asking them, you know, they're talking and she asks how they are. How are you? What are you, you know, because people will begin to kind of open up to Joyce and to share, and she hears their story and she says, oh, well, I have something that's really helped me and maybe it'll help you. And so she draws people out and gets them started about what their needs are and approaches it from that angle. And I think she does an outstanding job of that because she truly, truly cares. She truly cares. Then another thing I'd like to add, as we're talking about dosages, both Blake and I take a triple dose of Juice Plus every day. We take a triple dose, except for the omegas, and Dr. Sears said not to take that much, so we take a double dose every day. But Blake's got chronic myeloid leukemia. His last blood draw was in June, and at that time there were no cancer cells evident in his blood, and our oncologist reduced his medication by 1/3. And now he had another blood draw a week ago today, and we're going to go in September 4th to see what his results are after having his cancer meds reduced by 1/3, which often does not happen. I have lesions throughout the upper two lobes of my lungs, and I went in for a chest X-ray 2 weeks ago, and I have never had to go on an ingested steroid. Yeah, and the chest X-ray show that I have had absolutely no change in my condition. Those lesions have not increased in number or size. So, you know, if you have people who've got something that's more than just the normal everyday kind of stuff, I've read the information by Susan Silberstein, beatcancer.org, and she's recommends a triple dose for cancer patients and has had really good luck with that. So here we are. So I just wanted to share that to people because Joyce takes double, we take triple.
Awesome. Thank you. So Joyce meets people at the park, you know, even during Corona, and they probably keep a distance or whatever. And you walk, and that's how you've been talking to people, right?
Yep, and the grocery store. I always go to the pharmaceutical area. And it's amazing how many people start grabbing jars, hoping to find something that's going to help. We went to Sam's yesterday in Farmington, and there was a lady standing there reading all these bottles. I mean, she had it sitting up there just reading it. I said, wow, what are you looking for? And she said, well, I just want to see if what I'm going to take is going to be good. And I said, wow, what are you dealing with? So she shared with me that she had some breathing issues and this, that, and the other. Well, when I first talked to Jana, we couldn't continue a conversation half the time because I was coughing too much. Just talking was too hard to breathe.
Wow.
And so I gave her my card and said I'd be happy to come and sit down and talk with her and share with her. I said, you know, no pressure, just I know what it did for me, and I can see how hard you're looking to be better. And, you know, 2 months ago, 60 days ago, I wasn't doing well. I had a walker nearby, I had oxygen all the time. And so if I can help you, I'd sure be happy to do so.
That's awesome.
If they got skin, I talk to them.
So she just really is out there to help people. Awesome. Okay, well, I'd love to hear how you guys are sharing. Okay, it would be helpful for everyone. And so for anyone who's new, we have resources. Hopefully Joyce is also giving out videos. You know, she might be able to talk people into getting on Juice Plus, but you always want to follow up with an educational
Absolutely.
tool. Good, Joyce. What's your favorite one?
My favorite, you know what? I love my tower, and I love that video, Bridge the Gap.
Uh-huh.
I love that. So I send that out a lot. And I also post on Facebook, this is how my garden grows. I've gotten several hits on that from people I'd never thought that I would. And that was after we had that social media. I'm not good at social media. I need to learn. But I had people private message me. So I've got 2 people that are looking at the tower as well. And I do that cooking with Jack. And he did a video. I'll send it to you, Sharon. He did a video on this lady's tower in Tennessee. And it was totally unsolicited. He has a cooking show, and I send that out to a lot of people.
Oh, I
and
think I did see that. Yeah.
blows their
Yeah.
mind.
That's a really good one. There's 2 parts to that too. There's
Yes.
like a follow-up a year later.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a really good video because he has such exclamations after he tries the Tower Garden produce. It's really good. I forgot I saw that. Okay, so anyway, so we share our excitement, we share some kind of education, and we follow up. All right. So let's hear Sandy. I see you, Sandy. How do you typically share Juice Plus? And what's your favorite video or resource?
Oh goodness, I was just typing jokes in the chat. How do I share Juice Plus? So for me right now, I have, as you know, a little one, so we don't get out as often. So I've actually really been going through my Facebook friends and going through that list and just reaching out. For me, I haven't been just jumping out and sharing Juice Plus, I've kind of had to change my ways a little bit to adapt to, the situation that we're in. But I've really been using these events that we're having and having a lot of success getting people interested and involved. So once I get the people to whether the event is a group or to the Zoom, then of course they're open afterwards to hearing more. Like I already, just from our event last night, actually not last night, Wednesday, for the Back to School series, I had a girlfriend reach out and ask me about the shake and the gummies because she's giving her kid something called, I think it's like Smarty Pants or something, a different, like a vitamin. And she asked me, how does it compare? And I said, well, it doesn't really compare, but I can tell you why we're so awesome. So I'm just doing things a little bit different. For me, I've really had to move online lately. Hope that helps.
Right. Yeah. That's good. If you were to send a video.
Mm-hmm. So maybe I'm a little different than everyone else. My go-to video that I always send out is that really short one. I think it's called What is Juice Plus and How It's Made. I think it's about 3 minutes. I can put it in the chat. And that's just my go-to. But lately, I haven't even really been sending out many videos because I've been getting people to the event, and that's where they learn everything they need to know. I am getting residual questions on like ingredients and of course cost, but I haven't been sending videos lately. But if I was, my go-to video for the last probably 5 or 6 years has been what is Juice Plus and how is it made? Just because it's a short video, and I find, at least for people that I'm talking to, they're always in a rush. So although I love bridging the gap, I think it's about 11 or 12 minutes. Not everyone is going to commit to that time frame until you really hook them in.
Yeah, you can at least start with the little one and say, oh, here's another one.
Right, exactly. Fishing, that's what I try to do, fishing.
And kudos to Sandy and her team last night and yesterday at 12. She had a 12 o'clock and a 9 o'clock, One Simple Change event, a presentation, and she did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
And she's covering for us on Monday. So make sure you're interacting with Sandy on Monday. Okay, who else? Let's hear how you're sharing Juice Plus. Doug? He goes, oops, I could hear him.
She caught me. I was managing my project broadcast stuff. Okay, but I'm listening. I like my lives, and I was using those events. I thought the events this week were really easy to invite to because there's a group. I'm excited, even though people like have ghosted me back or not ghosted me back or whatever it's called. I didn't hear them back yet, whether they liked it or if they even watched it. You know how when you invite somebody, it's kind of interesting. You invite somebody, even if they haven't answered you, they could ghost you. You still kind of have the conversation going. You know what I mean? You still have an interaction that you've broached the subject. So it's kind of cool because for me, it's easier to follow up even if they didn't respond the last time. I can go as far as put a question mark. I actually did that, a question mark. And then, that in South Florida, there's that brand new school board member that was elected. She's like only like 30 or something. She's like a big deal or something, but she's in the group now and she's excited. So, but she didn't answer me back, and I literally just put a question mark, and she was like, oh, sorry, I've been out of town or whatever. I'm like, okay. So yeah, I'm using the events, and there's something about going live on Facebook that is just magical. It really creates a lot of interest. So I've been doing that. I also use, so just so you guys know, anything that I do, I feel like I'm using it to try to attract people. So like this morning, Janie Mims asked me, what kind of lettuces am I having success growing? So I could have just sent her a link to my lettuces, but instead, I made a blog post about it. And then now on my timeline, nobody asked, but I'm saying, hey, people ask me, what kind of lettuces do I use? Here's a link to my post that tells you all of them. You can do these in the ground or on the tower garden, whatever, So it's like you turn everything around to providing information about what you're doing, because you got to live I got it on my thing today right behind me. There it is right there. Live the mission, share your journey. So whatever you're doing, if you're living the mission, just share the journey, and you don't even know who's watching, but they are being attracted to you. So that's how I've been sharing just with those events. I'm excited for that series to keep going. And then hopefully that'll be, I just think we're really on to something. And I'm thankful for the group that created that. I think even after this series of Back to School is done, we can easily transition that into some type of a fall event that's a series. And so what we really have now, so we have our partner group, right? We have our customers group, but now we have a prospects group, which is one of the things they recommended at the Eric Worre conference. So unknowingly, the ladies that created this event have made our prospect group, which is really cool. That's all I got, Sharon.
That was great. Okay, who else?
Doug, if
Tell
I
us
could just
more
comment really
about
quick
the-
about that group.
The process, the prospect group.
Say again, Nalani? Tell us
Tell
more.
us more about the prospect group.
Well, I consider the event that the Back to School. The only critique I would have of this whole event is that it has at least like 3 names so far. I think it's called Healthy Starts Family, something like that. That's the group.
Yeah, the name of the group is Healthy Starts at Home, but the series that we're showing right now is
But
Back
the
to School.
series- Right.
So
it's
our
just a
idea
matter
is
of
to
branding
attract them.
as the brand gets established as Healthy Starts at Home. That's the brand. All their series are going to support that. So Nalani, it's really just a group that they knew they were going to do a series of events in, but it's really easy to invite people. So instead of us doing what is the one you do on Wednesday, Sharon?
Got fruits and veggies?
Got Fruits and Veggies. We do Got Fruits and Veggies. We do the event, and then it's over. And here we are back to the drawing board of inviting 100 people. Well, this is going to end up with 5,000 people in the group a few months from now. But we're always going to be hitting them with new events. So the real trick too, when you're inviting to that group, is you better start keeping a list or have a checkbox on your spreadsheet or however you do it. Make a tag in Teamsy, because how on earth are we going to remember 6 months from now who's in that group?
Yeah, and
Well,
I
that's good
have
to-
some
Plus,
customers.
there's going to be sideline. There's already sidelines in the group and stuff, so you won't even know it. They might ask a question, you don't see it. Next thing you know, somebody else is getting the order or something. So I think it's going to be really smart to keep a list of who's in that group, and then make sure with every event you're reminding them, you're tagging them, you're following up. It's just brilliant. So again, I'm really thankful to these guys.
So Doug, if I could just comment on that. So we were hoping in the group is to try and build, very similar to what Michelle has going, is that the Power of Connectivity group is to try and build a community and create a lot of engagement there with the prospects. But yeah, that what you mentioned too about the sidelines is going to be a challenge. I mean, I know it was for me when I was going through numbering the posts to create prizes. So we're definitely have to think of brainstorming of how we can manage that a little bit better. But yeah, that should be our new prospects group for sure as a team, I think.
And I don't know if just because I'm an admin in the group, but when I go in, it shows friends. And so I can scroll through that and pick out obviously who's Juice Plus, but then I can see who my friends are that are in the group. So
Yeah.
that makes it.
Mine is the same way, and I'm not an admin. So you can
Okay.
use the first list you see is the people that you invited that are your friends or that you have a friendship with, and then anybody under that is not your friend.
Right.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. So then it's easy instead of trying to keep a list and keep that updated, because I got so many things I'm trying to keep updated and I really do a poor job at that. Just being able to go through there, and then you can, and it also shows you message, and you can just message them right from that group.
So the group is called Healthy Starts at Home.
Yeah, Healthy Starts at Home, because like, oh gosh, Melissa and I were going back and forth, and I think a great thing would be Fix and Freeze, right? To do a fun event with people and everybody's got a different recipe, and we go, oh, this is my Fix and Freeze, here's the thing, and then you can throw it, in the freezer, and then, in a night you need to cook, whatever. So I think there's some really fun ideas that we'd be able to do in here. I don't think I think it's a lot to think weekly right away, unless we do some of the Rachel Brewer stuff and just kind of take some of her ideas. But I think there's really going to be a lot of good value added in addition to Juice Plus stuff. you know, in here. So
Yeah, absolutely. I'm counting on that, because if that's the other thing, we couldn't really do a group and do the got fruits and veggies if we're doing the same presentation all the time. It's like people are gonna be like, well, here's that presentation again. So that's what I like about Rachel Brewer's events on Wednesdays is, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but sometimes it's like they might not even talk about Juice Plus. And
Yeah.
that's it's kind of cool, because you're going to get to it every once in a while, but not making it like the presentation, I think, is brilliant. So once again, I'll say I'm very thankful to those ladies. Awesome.
Awesome. So, okay, let's hear how else you guys are sharing so that we can all share with each other. I mean, I know that I've been inviting to that group and following up. I didn't do a lot of follow-up though. I need to. See, I did do one, and that's so you go back and you tag the person on the presentation if they didn't see it. And right now it's in the announcement part of that group.
Yeah, I did all of my follow-up today. I did that, what Karen described. I went through the friends and I messaged everyone that was in there, and I just said, so what did you think? Did you get a chance to watch the video? Do you love the recipes? And I got a bunch of replies already, like, no, I haven't had time, or I didn't know I could watch it, or I missed it. So I went and then I tagged them all. I asked Karen on the Blitz this morning where to find it, and I went and tagged everybody. So you can see where I've tagged a whole bunch of people. Those people have communicated with me that they wanted to watch it. So, and I'm getting good. More people want to go in. I stole Bridget's post today with the smoothie or the banana splits, the fruit banana split boat things. And I stole her post and I shared that, and it's getting all sorts of action already.
Awesome. Maybe you could put that verbiage in here. Do you
Sure.
mind?
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
I'm looking at my phone, and what you guys are saying is if you click on see the people's faces, and you let me see if I can click on it.
The dots.
So I clicked on it and see, then it shows me the friends that are in there, so that you don't get lost, because there's 1,000 people, 1,369 people, and we just started that group like 2 weeks ago, maybe not even 2 weeks ago. So there's a lot of people in there, and that creates a lot of synergy and sizzle and people just wanting to learn how to do things and all that. So you are welcome to use that group. Next week, we're going to have food and mood, how that's related, and Lonnie Markman's going to do the main presentation on that. So it's going to be really good. So that's one way, events. The other way is videos, and then there's social media. So Gwen kind of alluded to a social media post. I know when we had an event for charcuterie boards, I've started to just ask a question out loud and see where the conversation goes. And I think it's a really good thing, because our whole job is to start conversation with people, you know, and just see where it goes. And if we can offer up Juice Plus as a solution. So what about you guys? Have you had a really good post lately?
Well, Sharon, can we get an example of how you ask a question?
So I said, like, because I had never even heard of it, who's made a charcuterie board? I still can't say it. Charcuterie board or whatever. I had it down at one point. Anyway, Michelle, you got it? How to say it? She's looking at me. No. Anyway, so I posted that, and you know, you pick one of those weird backgrounds, and then people go nuts. So then they anytime you make yourself look a little bit stupid, people want to step in and say, oh, I know all about it. Here's my beautiful one. You know, our neighbor across the street, she's got like the most beautiful one. And so then that starts conversation. You know, if you're a know-it-all and you're pointing the finger like you should be doing this, nobody's going to respond. But if you kind of, you know, invite people to share their expertise, they will. So that's what I noticed. The other thing that's kind of funny is that Tower Garden post that I did. I had the person over for coaching by the canal. I've been doing that with people who come over and we just hang out on the back porch or by the canal. And so Stacy was over, And she said she didn't know how to do Instagram to Facebook. And so I said, oh, well, let me see. So I knew that I had done it like years ago. I haven't been really good at Instagram. So I found that really good picture of our tower gardens. And I said, okay, so you just do this and you do this. And I said, now I'm going to have to post it. So then I posted it, and now I think I have a tower garden order. You just gotta do it. You know, I mean, that's just one person on there. There's a bunch of people talking on there, and thank you, Nicole Medina, for sharing your indoor tower garden, because this lady wants one. And so, you know, I didn't know that was going to happen. Nicole's paying attention, helping me out there. And that's what we do too, is we help each other. So make sure you friend other people in the group. So those are 3 ways. What other ways do we share Juice Plus? Events, videos, social media. What else? Oh, one-on-one maybe, right?
So
One-on-one.
Sharon, I think I shared this before, but I've been using the Do More Good campaign really as most of my posts to people. So if I know I've been talking with them before about Juice Plus and they've been kind of on the fence, or, you know, say, you know, get back to me about it, I'll say, this is a great opportunity for you to not only get free product for your child, but you can try the shake now too until the end of September. And that is it creates a sense of urgency so that they really, you know, they do end up putting an order in, which has been successful for me. So, and then also the lives are great. I am terrible about lives. I don't feel comfortable doing them. I'm critical of myself, but I find that they are very effective. And almost every live that I've done, I've gotten at least one order from it. So one of the orders, I just got an order for the complete when I did my pudding bowl. Thank you, Kristen Basse. I did a pudding bowl, and Basse actually did her video. Her daughter did it. And then my daughter started trying it, and then they adapted it a little bit. So we did a video on that the other day, and I got an order from a girl that I hadn't even thought to ask if she would be interested in Juice Plus. So she was just happened to be a classmate of Maddie's a couple of years ago in preschool, and said, hey, I think my daughter might really like those pudding bowls. I've been having a hard time getting nutrition into her body, so I'm going to order some of that. So you never know.
Yeah, did you do your acai bowl on your wall? Because I think that's another one if you do that one.
Not yet. I have not done the one on my wall yet. I did post it in the Healthy Starts at Home group,
yeah,
but I have not put it on the wall yet.
I dare you. You'll get another complete order probably. And you can even do it live. Like, I would like to see you do it live, because I don't know why I don't like acai, but the way you wrote it out, maybe I would like it. Maybe.
You know, it's funny. I was telling Sandy that with my blender, it's so loud that I feel a little bit like it's too much for the video. It's too long and too whatever. Like, people are gonna lose attention with the video. But maybe I will. Maybe I will.
You'd be surprised if it's engaging, and even if it's a little boring. I don't know what I was watching the other day, and I was like, I can't believe I'm still watching this. Like, somehow I was like mesmerized watching something I can't remember. I'm like, why am I still watching this? Like, if you get them, you're gonna have them, you know, even if you blend, I think. And you can always mute the phone or whatever. You can say, okay, I'm gonna mute the phone for a second. I guess, I don't know if you can, but I would do it. I mean, might as well. You have a lot to share, and the girls are really cute, and they're more than willing. Gwen, are you gonna add something? I know Gwen blends, don't you, online?
Yeah, sometimes I do. Sandy did a great one a few years ago, and she played really loud music. She had some really loud music on her sound system, so you got to listen to the song while her smoothie mixed up. And then she came right back on. She turned the music off and she came back on. We're good.
Thanks for remembering that, Gwen. Yes, I did. Super silly.
Yeah.
Does anybody know how, like when you're doing a Facebook or an Instagram story, how you get music from your phone to play on the story? I mean, I guess with Instagram you can put the music thing in there. But is that the only way? Is there a way to be playing Spotify and then you hear Spotify when you do the video? Or does everybody just use that music button thing?
I'm not that good. That's what
No.
you're talking about.
Doug, it's Elena. Are you talking about like creating a video, say you're prepping some complete bites and you have
I just
maybe
want
an
music.
you just want like just music. You're not talking, right? You just
No.
want music to be okay. Yeah, if you're not talking, you just want music to be playing. I know that when you try to have your Apple Music playing, or maybe your Spotify, I use Apple Music. If you are having it playing in the background while you're doing something and filming, sometimes it'll I think it shuts it off. So what I've always done is just ask my Alexa to play a song.
Okay.
And I usually have it loud enough that you can hear it right there in the background and what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doug, there's several apps that you can do it from. The Google allows you
she's
to
right.
modify your video. There's GoPro and there's Apple iMovie, where you can insert whatever movie or music you want into your clip.
Yeah. I watched a YouTube video about, there's people that will spend, there's this one guy, he makes good money, but he spends like 5 hours a day shooting and editing his video that he's going to upload. 5 hours. But that's his business. It's all he does. And I started playing with some of those apps, and you can overlay music, and you can have transitions, and you do different shots. And then I just realized, you know what? If I just turn on the camera and talk about the Tower Garden, people want to order one. So that's what I do. I just thought it'd be cool if there was a little bit of music, but I'll just do it with my
There
Google.
is an app from GoPro. It's called Glick. You can just
yeah.
put up some pictures, and it does everything for you. And I spend probably 10 minutes doing my videos.
Okay, cool. I'll check that. Thank you.
Hey, since we're asking these super technical questions, does anyone happen to know if your Facebook is in Japanese, how you can get it back to English if you don't speak Japanese?
Stop talking Japanese in your spare time, Sandy.
I'm not. I don't know what happened. I sent Hugh this picture and I said, do you know what this does? He's like, what do you think? I'm like, I don't know either. It's all Japanese. I don't think you can see it. Can you?
Wait, are you saying that your computer is in Japanese now, or just one website?
Just Facebook. Facebook is in Japanese.
Oh.
No tips
What
on that one,
browser are
I'm
you
sorry.
in?
I use Chrome.
Okay, you guys keep talking. I'll look it up real
Okay,
quick.
I'm going to call on two people. One is Katie. The other is Christian. So I'll give Christian fair warning. Katie, where's Katie? Did you leave? Come back, Katie. We're in the group called Game Changers, and Karen, you can chime in. And these ladies are on fire. It's Janie, Katie, Karen,
Melody,
and me. And I mean,
Casey Dicko.
And Casey Dicko. It's so funny. So, like Annie, you have no idea what I'm talking about. We try to have a little extra fun in the business. So we've got this action game. So we're trying to get points each day by doing certain things, going live, calling customers, calling prospects, sending or inviting, people, and what else? Doing personal growth, 20 minutes of personal growth. So all these things. So I think we have the most competitive people in our group, maybe. And so especially Karen, she's our leader. And so it is just on fire all day, that the talking back and forth and everybody kind of strategizing to do the business, which I think is fun because that's really what this is too. Because we have a home-based business, it's good for us all to talk about how we're doing the business because we're not alone on an island if we come together and share. So Anyway, Karen, do you want to share what you love about that group and the synergy? Because maybe you guys want to have like little groups of people like this where you share what you're doing throughout the day. Because like we'll go on a blitz, which is another thing that Annie probably doesn't know what it is, but that's okay. So anyway, Karen, do you have any remarks about that? And then Katie, I don't know if she's still there.
Well, I mean, yeah, I would love to hear from somebody else in the group because I was a little nervous to be a leader because I am fairly competitive. So I didn't want to turn, you know, like I knew Katie and I knew Melody, but I don't know them really well, right? So I didn't want to turn people off, but it has been fun. I tried to make it like, okay, let's be competitive, but there's a lot of grace. If you have, like everybody has a bad day, right? Life happens. So if it happens, it happens. It's not, you know, there's no, I don't feel like I'm trying to put pressure on anybody to do that. And holy cow, Katie has been kicking my butt. I'm just like, what? I got to step it up because I'm like, oh yeah, I got 28 points today. And then son of a gun, she posts like 32 points. And I'm like, what the heck? So it has been so much fun, really, just really like going back and forth with them. And I love bouncing out because, you know, I love my team, but sometimes you talk about the same thing all the time, right? And so it's awesome to be able to get in a different group and people have different ideas. So, so yeah, so that's just been, it's just been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun to bounce back and forth. I love building those relationships. And yeah, the competitiveness has actually gotten me to go a little bit high. I will say that today I'm just tired. So you won't see too many points from me today because I seem to fizzle out, but it's okay.
Yeah, so the game is fun. So when it comes around again, if you didn't sign up, sign up. It's a great thing. I don't know if Katie's available. I guess not. Okay, so I want to call on Kristen Stallings because I have not heard her story or how she shares Juice Plus. She's on a different team, sideline team under Julie Herbst, and we have a number of people on here under Julie. But Kristen is here, I think, for the first time, maybe today. So Kristen, if you don't mind sharing how you share Juice Plus, you know, and what do you feel helps you?
Hey, yes, thank you. Sorry, I don't have my camera on. I'm walking around feeding children for lunch. I have two boys, a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Show
So
us,
it's
Kristen, it's okay.
crazy over here. But thank you for letting me join. I'm so excited. I love just hearing you guys and y'all. I mean, you, Sharon and Doug are amazing leaders, and Kelly Petrovich offered me to join today. And so I was really excited because I love hearing from all of you guys. So do you want me to share my story or just how I've been sharing?
If you could do it quickly, share your story.
Sure.
Of course, I like to have my cake and eat it too. So
Yes.
like
So
that all the time.
yes. Well, I was introduced 6.5 years ago to Juice Plus, and I was at the pit of my health. I have grown up my entire life with autoimmune issues. So eczema, asthma, allergic to literally everything under the sun, anaphylactic to all tree nuts. And if it was out there, I did it. My mom was an allergist from the age of 2, and I did all allergy shots. I grew up on inhalers, grew up on steroid creams. But again, like she didn't know any different, and neither did I. Even all the way through college, I was like, well, this is as good as it's going to get. I don't know anything different. I did not grow up in a home that was very food health focused. And so again, it was just kind of like, okay, well, this is just something I'm going to deal with. But then I had my first son, Luke, and I had him in the winter. And with winter season and postpartum, my autoimmune was the worst it had ever been. I really struggled with eczema on my hands and my feet. So everything to have to just do the day-to-day, I was reminded of my disease, like even just picking him up or walking. I've been a nurse at the hospital for 10 years. And so really it was that pivotal moment where I was like, man, my disease has literally defined my entire life. And being a new mom, I was all of a sudden more conscientious of what I was putting on or in my body, right? Because I was like, man, I'm nursing a baby now, like all this matters. And I've started looking into how do I heal autoimmune from the inside out, and everything pointed back to fruits and vegetables. But juicing at that point was like definitely not going to happen. I was a new mom, already overwhelmed. And that's when a good friend shared Juice Plus with me. And so it was a easy yes, because it was already done for me, convenient and simple. And so a few weeks in, I started noticing the afternoon slump went away. I had just sustained energy. I started craving more fruits and vegetables, but really that that next February, it was the next winter, was the first moment the light bulb went on, and I said, oh my gosh, it's the middle of winter and my eczema has not returned. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know when I've used my inhaler last. And then my most significant impact was 3 years into eating Juice Plus. 3 of my anaphylactic allergies, really almonds was the biggest one because I've been hospitalized 5 times for almond exposure. It's gone. I now like drink almond milk and eat almonds every day and cashews and pistachios and all these things. And so it's all, I mean, my nursing brain is like freaking out because I'm like, oh my gosh, I understand the research behind and how it can manifest really over time, how your body can heal. And so I was a customer for a year, ignorantly sharing because like you, Joyce, I was like, how do you know about this and not share? Like, oh my gosh. And so I was word vomit for a year. And my friend Jessica said, Christian, you are doing what I'm doing. You just could be offsetting the cost of your order. And I said, okay, great. So I just got intentional about sharing. And that was 5 years ago. And now today, I love social media and I love events and things like that. But really lately with just the busyness of momhood, we're due with our 3rd baby in February. I have loved the social media aspect for just conversation starters. But what I have loved and missed, and I think everyone, especially in the season we're in right now with COVID, just misses the heart-to-heart voice connection with people. So I've just been really intentional with, if I've been sharing with them on social media or they've reached out to me or chatting in text even, I'm voice messaging everybody so that they can hear my voice, because it's really hard for me to get on the phone with my crazy kids in the background. And a lot of times I am dealing with a lot of other moms who feel the same way. So we just chat back and forth. I usually will actually get them on Voxer. And so then they're already used to Voxer. So they become a team member. They're already there. And I say, great, I'm going to add you to the chat with my upline. Or, hey, we do a 3-way call. They're already in Voxer. And so that has been a huge mom efficiency for me, is voice texting everyone back and forth or getting them on Voxer. So really just 3-way connections and videos. Obviously, I love Bridge the Gap. Sandy, I love the one you mentioned too. That has been a really big help for me. But yeah, that's really it. I've just been really intentional about get on the phone or like let them just hear your voice, because I think everyone is so used to texting back and forth or messaging back and forth. And I think people, what I've experienced, really love that extra little step of, I'm going to voice message you just so you can hear my heart and excitement behind it, you know?
That's good. And have you gotten on any Zooms? Like, I feel like now is a good time to have like a friend Zoom too, so that people could feel that. Although I don't know if, anybody's done that. Has anybody done that?
Yes, I've done Zooms with other friends, like 3-way sidelines. Or I love Rachel Brewer, like what she's doing. I love her. Yeah, things to just plug people into like that. And then, yeah, if I can convince them to get on video chat with me, then I love to do that too. Because then if they are interested in the business even, then you're already there. You get to just pull it up really quickly or watch a video together and then just ask them in real time. It makes it more efficient. I'm all about efficiency right now because I can't keep track of 50 different conversations and figure out where they're at. So I feel like watching an event together or getting on a 3-way call just makes it more efficient. You know exactly where that person's next step is going to be.
And Heather's saying, I just got off of one. And Kelly says, audio messages are life. Okay, so you guys are really doing a lot.
It's like the new phone call for our generation, because it's like we don't like phone calls. I don't know, and so but they're willing to like audio message back, and it's just so. I know Jenna Rude does it a lot too, and as a busy
Facebook
mom.
Or where? Text, Facebook.
All of them, like Instagram or Facebook. I'm not a huge fan of iMessage on text because you can't fast forward them or anything like that. And they disappear, and I get frustrated with iMessage, voice message, but Facebook and Instagram, sure. And then Christian, I love that you do Voxer and getting a prospect on Voxer. That's genius.
Yeah, and you could, like you said, then you could add in your upline story or somebody else's story. Or you could say, hey, let's go on Voxer and I'll have you hear a few stories, like whoever. So that's
and I really, go ahead. Doug, I was just going to say, I use Voxer for, I put it on me of like, hey guys, like I really want to be able to get so much good information too. I would love to chat back and forth, but I live in the car or around busy kids. Would you mind downloading the Voxer app so we can just chat back and forth? And I would love to hear your voice. And then that way I can share with you. And it's a very like, I don't have any other agenda other than I just really want to hear their voice and talk to them and just be efficient for them.
And your percentage is really high of getting people to do that, right?
Yes, I would say at least 50 or 60% of people are willing to get on Voxer or they already have it. And then if not, like Kelly, you said, I am communicating with them through Facebook Messenger, voice text, or Instagram voice text. I don't like iMessage either because, like you said, Kelly, you can't fast forward and they automatically delete after 2 minutes. So it's hard to keep track of those conversations.
I see Jim came on just for us to end.
I have.
Some golden nuggets for us, Jim. Thank you, Christian.
You're muted, Jim.
I was going to show Doug how to do music on Instagram, if you got a second.
Oh, yeah.
Let me. Can I share my screen? Yes, good.
Mhm.
All right. All right. I'm actually going to share my iPhone. It's even
So
better.
Jim was listening on Facebook Live into our Team Transformers chat. And so,
Yeah, I searched for that Reels thing, but I didn't see it.
Uh-huh.
what is it?
Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. All right. So you're going to see the magic of craziness here. Okay, so you should be seeing my phone.
Yeah, we see your profile. There you go.
So when you go to the camera, right here you have Reels. And as you can
Oh.
see, you can pick audio. And so I can pick like AC/DC, Back in Black.
Oh,
And it'll start
so this
playing
is just like that other thing you can lay over it, but you do it
Right.
beforehand. So will your voice still work when you do this?
Right. And then you record yourself and the music's playing while you're doing it. It's like a 15-second. So it works on your personal, but it doesn't work on your business one. It doesn't have the music yet. But if you've got a
Well,
personal,
that's nice. I bet if you go long and it goes to the next scene, well, the music will keep going, I assume.
that's a good question. I haven't tried that yet.
Because that's the pain in the
that
butt.
Would, that would require me to be creative.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I'm sure there's lots of people in the group that are.
Hey, Sharon, I have a quick screen share I want to do before we wrap up.
Yeah.
Kind of an exciting thing. I've been working with Nicole Fiel. So we have our juicyshirtshop.com where you get all these little, so far, just eat plants, fruits, veggies, berries, and that's the only ones available. Until now, we have Spanish.
Oh, nice. Frutas. Go ahead,
I
Tony.
love that. I'll order Spanish shirts. It'll
Look at
create
that.
more
And
conversation.
I gave more colors because it's such a rich, vibrant community. And I know that Nicole would probably sport some different colors and stuff. Not Nicole. Yeah, Nicole, yeah. So anyway, yeah, so we got and all of the shirts in Spanish, there's going to be like 4 more coming. But they're all being edited by Nicole so that I do like the line breaks at the right time and things like that. So
Can you put that link back in the chat because I lost mine?
yes, juicyshirtshop.com.
Got it. Thank
All right, and get our juice on. JuicyShirtShop.com.
All right. If anybody has a great graphic design, I'd love to find a little graphic designer. I'm kind of just limiting myself to words right now because I'm not a graphic designer. But there could come a point where maybe there's like an apple on the shirt or something. I don't know. We'll get daring. All right. That's it.
All right, we're out, guys. We are hitting the road to Orlando. So we will see you maybe Monday.
Thank you.
Have a good
Have
one.
fun.
Bye, everybody. All right, my team, get extra points for me. It's going to be tough today if you're in the game.
Bye, everyone.
Have
a great time.
Have a good
Tell
day.
Heather, step it up. Heather, you're a beast. I had no idea when you got on my team that you were this beast, but wow.
Hi, Heather. I want to hear about that. Come on.
Man, she's like a 25-pointer all the time, man.
Good job. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a great day.